Hello everybody, this is Salar and you guys are welcome to this exciting course on C Sharp. Like I told you at the end of the previous lecture, we would talk about C Sharp's console templates in this lecture. Let's move on and learn another very important concept of the language C Sharp. Here is the code we wrote in the previous lecture. Remove the code and change the topic. The console application in C Sharp can be created using two different templates. The one is called top level statements and the second one is classic console application template. So we can create a console application either with the top level statements or classic console application. Both the templates are for console application, but there are some important differences between them which we need to understand. And like I told you in the last lecture, after this lecture, we would be using classic console application template. Before we start discussing the differences between both the templates, we need to open this classic console application project. The same create new project wizard is used to create any of these projects. You might have not noticed when we create console application, there comes a checkbox asking about do not use top level statements. If you check that checkbox, you will automatically get classic console application. Let's now add another project, classic console application project. In our solution, we are going to right click. Now click add and new project. We will select the console application, click next, the name of the project, let's say classic app. Now next, and here comes the option, do not use top level statements. Top level statements is a template. It's the name of the template which we have been using throughout this course. So when you want to create the classic console application, you will check this checkbox. I don't want to use top level statements. Let's create the application and I will see the classic traditional C# console application template. Here comes a beautiful template with some mandatory line of codes. These line of codes are absolute necessary in order to make this template work. Whereas in the top level statements, as you can see, it's just an empty file, just like a JavaScript file, the Python file. You do not have mandatory code like we have in the traditional console application. The interesting thing is there is something hidden in the top level statements template behind the scene which we cannot see directly. In top level statements template, we start writing the code without considering these lines, these important lines. But what happens behind the scene? For example, we write a right line method with the text hello. As we run this program is converted into another structure behind the scene. And that structure is almost the same as you see here in this classic console application. The program class is automatically generated by the compiler and the main method is placed inside the program class. So this is what happens as we run this top level statements template. This right line will automatically be placed inside the main method and main method belongs to the program class. So conceptually this file as we run would look like as you see on your screen right now. A program class, static main method, and inside the method you have your code. So program class and the main method, both of them are absolute necessary for a program to work. The main method is a very important method. It is also called entry point of the application. That means our operating system like Windows start communicating with our code through this method. Using the Visual Studio Developer tool and the IL Dissembler, you can even study the assembly code of your top level statements. Without going into the details how do we use disassembler, I am going to show you the assembly data of this file where you can easily find out the program class and the main method. Now you see the assembly of our program file. You can easily spot program. This is our program.cs class, and inside the class you see the main method. Let me just double click on the main method. Now in the main method, we only have a hello world string text and the system.console writeLine method. Now we get the confirmation. Program will automatically create a program class and the main method inside the program class. Our code is gathered inside the main method. Right, so that was just for the confirmation. Let's now close the developer tool. So this template top level statements is actually the same, almost the same as this classic console app behind the scene. Top level statements template is actually designed for the simplicity and was introduced with C# 9. Template is actually for beginners so that you do not need to worry about these line of codes at the initial stage. You are now far away from the initial stage. So this is a perfect time for you to start using this classical template. Classical template is also good for the larger applications and object-oriented applications. However, there is another reason, and because of that reason, we are discussing both the templates in the method section. As you know, we are in the method section of the course. And that reason is methods behave differently in both the templates. And this is what we are going to learn now, how the methods behave differently in both the templates. Methods in the top level statements are actually called local functions. In the official documentation, the term local function is used for the top level statements. And this is because of behind the scene scenario. All the methods which we write inside the top level statements template are automatically placed inside the main method. Main is also a method. That means after a compilation, we have methods inside the main methods. And that's why the methods in the top level statements are called local functions. Let's now create a method which simply adds two numbers, double number 1 and double number 2, like this. Console writeLine, and let's print directly the sum of both the numbers. Now as we run this program, this addition method is automatically placed inside the main method. Now the same method, let me just copy the method. Here in the classical template, the methods are placed outside of the main methods inside of the program class. So here we have the class block. So we can place our method here, or we can place our method somewhere here. This addition method does not belong to the main method. It actually belongs to the program class, whereas in the top level statements, this addition method will automatically be placed inside the main method, or you can say this addition method belongs to the main method. It is something very important to understand, the difference between local functions and the methods. Methods in the top level statements are actually called local functions, and now we know the reasons. And the methods in the classical console application are just methods, and they belong to the program class. Now because of this belonging to the program class or the main method, there are some important features which add and subtract to the methods, such as in the classical app we can overload our method. Overload means you can have another method with the same name but different number of parameters. For example, this method is going to add two numbers. We can overload this method with another parameter, double number 3. Now we can call both the methods in the main program like this. The first method with 2 arguments and the second method is 3 arguments. Another thing that we need to add in the definition of our methods is the access modifier. Access modifier like static, private, public, etc. They actually controls the accessibility of methods or properties in the program file or in the same assembly or in the different assemblies. So according to the programming's rule, a static method cannot access non-static components. So we need to add the static keyword before the definition. like this. So here you see in the classical template, we can overload our methods. Methods overloading is an important term and you will learn more about it in the object-oriented programming. You will see the proper use of methods overloading and constructor overloading in the object-oriented programming. Now, this overloading is actually possible because our method belongs to the class. We cannot overload our method here in the top level statements. Let's now put another parameter. You see here, as we try to overload our methods, our program complains, and what does it say? It says a local variable or a function name addition is already defined in this scope. So methods overloading is something which is not possible if you are using top level statements. Let's remove this overloaded method. However, in the top level statements, we can do another interesting thing just because of the culture. In this template, we have methods inside method culture. So we can nest or hide methods inside the methods in order to introduce some encapsulation or hiding. Let me give you an example for more understanding. This is our addition method. It takes two parameters and performs the addition operation. The method performs the main operation and as well as it is exposed to the user. So what we can do instead, we can call another method that performs the addition. And that method is inside the addition method. So our addition method has now another name. Let's say wrapper addition. And inside that method, we are going to code another method which actually gonna perform the sum. This sum method is now totally hidden from the outside. All we need to do is just call the wrapper addition method, and this method will further call the sum method in order to get the sum. So here in the right line, we simply call the sum method like this, and to pass the parameters, we need to call the addition method. Let's pass the parameters 10 and 20. Let's run the program and check the output. And so you see the result in the console, right? Now, one last thing, the final thing before we wind up this lecture. The sum method is a child method. We can call it a child method, whereas wrapper addition is the parent method. The child method has access to the parent data, variables, and parameters. Now, for example, if the parent has a variable like this, name Max, you can access this variable inside the child method. Now, because of this access to the parent data, child can even modify the values. For example, we can assign a different value to the first variable and another value to the second variable. This thing gonna produce the wrong result. We know that, and this shouldn't be allowed, but we cannot do anything to fix it. If we turn the child method as static, then the method will be logged, totally logged. Static methods cannot access non-static data or variables. If we, let's say, turn even the parent method static, things will be the same. So we have to give child method access so that it can work on the parameters of the parent's variable. Adding static to the main method's definition is a good idea. Using static in the method's definition, you can stop this method to access and modify data which is outside of the method. This is the best practice to always have static in the method's definition. If we have any variable outside of the method, let's say string username Peter, this variable is not available inside the method. Let's say if the method try to access the variable, you'd see the error here. And what does it say? It says a static local function cannot contain a reference to the username. That simply means you cannot access the non-static data or the variables inside the static method without having a reference. So using the static keyword in the method definition, we can stop the methods to directly access the data from the main application or the main program. Data can be passed to the methods as parameters, but the methods have no direct access to the data. So, my friends, that was a comprehensive lecture on top level statements versus classic console app. Now we know the differences between both the applications and the behavior of methods. It's now time to wind up this lecture. The next lecture is the last lecture on methods section, and we will talk about generic methods. I will see you there. Thanks for watching this one.